Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Just finished work for the afternoon and it's beer time. I felt like something light but punchy with flavour. So I've gone a West Coast Pale Ale and it's by Working Title out of Brisbane up in Queensland. I've had a few beers from them recently because I bought a mixed pack from them online. And yeah, this is called KINGPIN. I believe KINGPIN's a movie, I think. And also, I think it might be a gaming thing as well. But yeah, this is a collaboration with Netherworld Arcade, and it's an arcade up in Brisbane. I think it's in the Valley, Fortitude Valley. I did go there when I went to Brisbane, and it's got a bar at the front, so it's set up like an old pub. But then in the back, they've got like a kitchen with all awesome food, and then like a big gaming area, heaps of pinball machines and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, pretty cool place, and I love the fact that it was like craft beer as well. And yeah, Working Title had a few beers on tap there, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, always love a collaboration when it comes to like a local business like that. So yeah, cool can artwork too. It's like blue and pink, and it's got the pins like 10-pin bowling. Pretty rad. The yellow looks cool, like it stands out heaps. So I've already poured this one just for the photo. Looks quite nice in the hashtag proper glassware. So it's a Working Title glass. This is the third birthday glass. Very nice. The first glass I bought off them, I wasn't a big fan, just the shape of it. I like the logo and all, but yeah, just the shape. I don't know, something about it. But yeah, I love this style. So colour, I'd say like a light straw. It's got like that yellowy tinge to it. Yeah, like golden straw sort of thing. It was very carbonated when I first poured it, and yeah, had like a big sort of 3 to 4 finger foamy head. Now it's sort of only one finger. I'd say medium body. Yeah, that's about all on appearance. Let's go with. On the hops in this one are Simcoe, Galaxy, Idaho 7, and Citra. So a bit of a mix there. Let's go with. Getting a bready malt. Maybe a little touch of caramel. There's some pineapple fruit. Maybe some passion fruit as well. Grapefruit. Maybe a touch of peach. Smells pretty good. A little bit piney, a little bit grassy. I reckon it'll have like some bitterness, but it'll be quite mild. And probably going to be more dry than sweet. Seems to be the thing now, these modern Westies, they have like tropical fruit. If they've still got the pine and the bitterness, maybe some dankness as well, I still enjoy them. It's just when they lean more fruity and it's like tropical fruit and you don't have any pine or bitterness, it's like it's not really a West Coast. But no, it smells pretty good. And it's going to hit the spot because I had a very rough day at work. So I'm feeling like it's going to go down pretty quickly, barely touch the sides. Anyway, let's go in. Cheers. That was a generous sip. So yeah, it's actually quite piney on the palate, which is my jam. Piney, woodsy, like your sort of damp forest. The tropical fruit's still there, but I felt like it was more on the nose than the palate. There's like a little dash of spice as well. Maybe like a little peppery note. It's not really floral or herbaceous or anything like that. You just sort of get this like sharp pine. Hmm. I'll tell you what, if I was at Netherworld having a, what did I eat when I was there? I remember they try to, like, it's one of those places where they encourage vegan meals, but they still don't frown upon you if you decide to go with meat. Um, so yeah, they have all the different options, and then yeah, it's sort of like you pay extra for meat, and they'll say, "Oh, yeah, would you like to try the non-meat option?" Like, just I'd say like maybe the owner or the manager or a couple of staff there might be vegans, and yeah, they just want to sort of encourage people to think that way, but they don't force it on you too much. Like, yeah, I sort of like the way they went about it because yeah, at the end of the day, I'm always going to eat meat, but it wasn't rude the way they went about it. I just can't remember what it was I had, but it was really, really good. Of course, I went the meat option. And I remember seeing someone eating a pizza there, and the pizza looked phenomenal. But yeah, there was just like heaps of like pinball games, and like you had your like old school NBA Jam, and yeah, it was cool. Donkey Kong. There was some pool tables. Like I think too because it was mainly craft beer and that type of food. It was almost like it sort of encouraged a particular type of person. Like you didn't get riffraff in there, apart from me. Cheers, boys. We've got Paul and Craig. How are we, lads? Yeah. At the end of the day, each to their own. It's just as long as they don't force it on people and then get fucking angry about it. Like the fuckwits that stop trucks entering abattoirs and those, yeah, it's like fuck off. Or what? We've had trouble with like these vegan protesters that go to farms and start like fucking around with farm machinery and that's like definitely crossing the line. If that was America, you'd just fucking pull out a gun and say fuck off. So what's on for your day, boys? I just had a fucking shit day at work. We had some major machinery breakdown and it just made for a fucking very long day. Um yeah, and we had some pretty average staff as well. Yeah, just I don't know, I just mentally drained tonight, just doing a lot of fucking micromanaging, just feeling like I'm babysitting everyone as well as doing my own shit. Sometimes I'd love to just be that, just a normal worker that doesn't have any responsibility and the others can do it and then they can see how fucking hard it is and that I don't get paid enough for what I do. Oh man, this beer is hitting the spot. It honestly tastes like it's got like a bit of Chinook in it. It's got that little piney edge I like. It must be, what was the hops? Yeah, to be coming from the Simcoe. I mean, you do sometimes get pine from Galaxy, but I feel like out of those four hops, the Simcoe would be the one I'm sort of getting the main little piney note from. Yeah, now, boys, is that a movie, Kingpin? For some reason, I'm thinking it's some sort of movie. I obviously haven't seen it, but just the name rang a bell. Cheers, Adam. Good to see you, mate. Pardon me. Sweet. One thing I bought today that I was quite impressed with, I was going to get a pair of Jordans. I just wanted a decent pair of shoes to wear when I go out and stuff. And I come across some Reebok pumps, and I didn't even know they still made Reebok pumps. And I always sort of wanted some when I was a kid. It was like I had some family friends and that like they had a shitload of money and their kids had pumps, and I was always like a little bit jealous that I didn't have a pair. I mean, I could have bought them as I got older, but I just never seen them. And anyway, I was on this online store today that has a lot of like sports memorabilia and like good shoes and shit. And I was just about to buy these Nikes, and then I come across Reebok pumps, and they're like white but with green and yellow, and it reminds me of like Australia, like Australian sports teams and stuff. I'm like, they're fucking sick. I've got to get them, and they're like 40% off their normal price as well. Like, I was just like, I have to pull the trigger. So yeah, looking forward to getting them. Hopefully they come in the mail in the next few days. I've got a pretty cool event on the weekend, so it'd be good to wear them to that. Fresh kicks, nice white shoes. The white won't last very long. I ran out of brain cells. There was a couple of times where, like, yeah, like I'm just like, I get that rage. I don't let it out, but I just feel it coming. It's like, oh, you just need like a boxing bag where you can just let out a combo and get some anger out. If it's not like some sort of equipment letting you down, it's some shit staff member that's either lazy or just fucking hopeless. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, part of the problem today was dealing with shit maintenance guys. Um, the majority of them are really good, but you'll just get that one or two in a bunch of like 10 that are real lazy and just don't want to help and just do the bare minimum. And some of them, you wonder how the fuck they're in the position. It's like, I could fix stuff better than you. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, a bowling movie. Okay. So I reckon I've been watching heaps of travel stuff. I normally do. And I think it might have been Simon Martin from the UK. I'm sure Adam and Craig have probably watched some of his stuff. He's Welsh, but he supports Liverpool, and he's like driven shit cars down from England to Europe to watch the Reds play, and done like videos where he can travel Europe countries on a dollar and all that sort of stuff. Like, he's pretty popular YouTuber. Anyway, he was with a mate in Vegas, and I don't know why. whether the mate's absolutely minted or he might be like some sort of hotel reviewer or something, but he was staying in this real expensive suite in Las Vegas, and it was called the KINGPIN Suite, and it had an actual bowling alley in the suite. I'm just like, that's fucking nuts. So yeah, that's what it made me think of, and then I thought, oh, Kingpin might be like a movie. Hashtag pump it up. I can't wait to just fiddle around with it. I'll never forget, like, yeah, one of like my childhood mates had him, and he just, I don't know, he took everything for granted because his parents were so minted. He always had the best stuff, and I was just like, you prick, I want some Reebok pumps. Cheers, Skeeter, and cheers, the Urban Viking. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Cheers, Rob. They're all coming out of the woodwork now. It's sort of that good time for the UK peeps. Still a bit early for the Americans, although Paul's up and about. It'd be what, lunchtime in the UK, yeah? I think it'd be, if I'm correct, it'd be 12:26 p.m. I think I've got the time down pat now. The American one still confuses me at times. You have it, and then fucking daylight savings changes it all. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 7:27 a.m. on the east coast of America. I think that would be right, and it'd be like 4:30 a.m. on the west coast. And then I won't even bother with mountain time or whatever the fuck it's called. This beer is nice, but I need more. Unfortunately, that's the whole can. 500 mils of joy. But yeah, West Coast Pales or like your West Coast Pilsner or Lager. Really enjoyable session beers. I love them. It's good that you can get a nice sort of crisp, clean, like hoppy beer that you can session. It's the sort of thing like if I wanted to like just smash beers all arvo out in the sun, like that's the sort of thing I'd love to have. And yeah, working title are good at them, but Fox Friday from Tasmania, they're even better. Yeah, that's always tough. Like, see, I'm away from work for a week and a half, coming up in 2 days. And even though it's only going to affect like our crew and that for probably a third or a half of that time I'm away, I still feel like a lot of shit's going to go south. Like there are a few people I have confidence in that will do the job okay, but yeah, you have that age old saying: if you want something done right, you do it your fucking self. The other day, one of my chick mates at work comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, I feel real sorry for you. You're having a shit of a shift. It must be hard with some of the people you have and all this crap." I just, I just come out and said, "I wish there was at least two or three of me. Then I know that shit would get fucking done round here." It come across real arrogant but funny at the same time. She just thought it was hilarious. Oh, yeah. Don't you mean, isn't it Simon Wilson? Isn't Simon Martin real ale craft beer? Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I've got a couple, dude, but obviously mine are different to you guys. My favourite bar in Melbourne that's known for getting some really good hyped craft in, like even worldwide stuff. They're doing you've got a beer from 25 different breweries, and they're all especially made for the calendar. It's expensive as fuck, but it's always like unreal. Like it's worth the money you pay for it, like because it's that fucking good. There's a lot of like big barrel aged impy stouts and hype shit with like I think it's even got like Bottle Logic and a couple of American collabs this year. So yeah, looking forward to that one. And then Christmas Day, you get a huge magnum of like it's going to be a sour. Um, yeah, one of my mates today was saying, "Oh, I really hope it's a Grand Cru. Like that would be pretty cool. Cracking open a big Grand Cru Magnum on Christmas Day." And then apart from that, I've got the Mountain Culture one, which is one of my favourite breweries. They're based up in the Blue Mountains near Sydney. They've got, I think theirs is a 16 days of Christmas or 12. I think it's 16. I'm pretty sure it's 444. Um, 4444. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, theirs is you'll have a few beers that have been released before, a few of their bangers, but most of them are special beers just for the calendar. And they'll mix it up too. You'll get like a fucking barrel aged barley wine and a Roush beer, and they'll really go to town with some different ones. And that's always been a don't want to miss out. Like I get some FOMO if I've missed out on that. Plus, they'll have special deals in there as well. Like you can win like a session paid for at the brewery and all that sort of stuff. And then apart from that, I've got there's an American distribution company called Forward Hops, and they bring a lot of the hype from America to Australia. This year, apparently, they're getting some Anchorage and maybe some more Monkish. So yeah, I've got a mystery box from them coming, and in the past, I've got some real good beers from that, like Bottle Logic, Side Project, that sort of stuff. Weldworks. Um, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's about 10 beers or 12 beers. So yeah, December's going to be nuts for me. There's going to be fucking heaps of beer reviews. I was saying on a stream earlier today or yesterday, it might have been Baz from what's Baz's channel's name? I've only sort of just started subscribing to him. Is it All the Beer, No Idea or something shit like that? Yeah, I was on there just chatting to him and a few others, and I was saying how after all these Advent beer things, I'm gonna have to fucking call AAs in January. Yeah, I was in a hurry tonight for dinner, and I got McDonald's, and it was fucking trash. It was so shit. I really craved like a Thai curry or I don't know, somebody Chinese noodles or just something like that. And yeah, I was just because I was in such a hurry and McDonald's is like close to our work. I'm just like, fuck it, I'll go there and see if they got any deals on the app. And the staff in there are just getting worse. It's like no one wants to work at places like that anymore, and they're all like young kids, and they're real like they're either lazy or real slow and keep fucking everything up. You're up early. Did you shit the bed? That's when he responds with, "No, I haven't done that for days." Yeah, so that's what most of it is here. I tend to just stick to the hype, like expensive ones that I know that are going to be fucking awesome and I'll enjoy them. Most those beer distribution companies, I don't know what, like yeah, in the UK, like your beer 52 and your all those whatever all those ones are, like the equivalent in Australia. Most of them are fucking shit. You're just getting like average sort of core range beers that I feel like they're just trying to get rid of, or they're close to date, or yeah. I just know there's been a lot of disappointed people when they've got those. Yeah. Nah, dude. Unfortunately not. I'm lucky that on today's Monday, right? So I've worked one day this week so far. I've got 2 more days, so Tuesday, Wednesday. I've taken Thursday and Friday off. Just I just need a bit of R&R. I'm starting to get really fucking like tired and run down. Next week we've got a slower week, and they've sort of said to us, look, if you, especially some of us experienced ones that are like real knackered at the moment because of all the whole, like with the rotating shifts now, we do it all year round. So a lot of us experience like managerial types and that we're all getting to that stage where we're just fucked, like real tired, run down, like getting pissed off. Like, so they've pretty much said to us with each area, when you have your sort of quiet week or two when they're going to do a heap of maintenance and yeah, just like other shit, they're sort of encouraging us to take a week off if we want it. And I'm like, yes, please. Like, I just need R&R. I've got some stuff I want to do around the house, but also want to do a couple of day trips. I've got a rooftop beer festival this weekend. That's going to be fucking unreal. So yeah, I sort of thought, oh, it'd be good to like take some time off around that. So yeah, I might even sort of spend a bit more time in the city. I sort of want to take the dogs to the beach because we're starting to get some good weather. Um, but yeah, Christmas time, dude. I think I think I work of Christmas week because I think Christmas is on a Wednesday. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've got a feeling I have to work Monday and Tuesday, so I've got to work Christmas Eve. I get Christmas Day off, Boxing Day off, and the Friday, and that's about it. So yeah, it's pretty shit, but at the end of the day, Christmas is pretty average for me. I don't have people to sort of celebrate it with, so it's a bit of a grim time for me. I'd rather work, to be honest. So yeah, it's one of those things. I'd love to be able to sort of go away and do shit, but then I think, well, if you go away at Christmas, you're up for like twice the amount of money, and everywhere you go is busy as fuck. And so, like, yeah, I tend to just chill at home, and I sort of get my own sort of Christmas meal going and drink a heap of beers and just try and enjoy it myself with the dogs. I do tend to. I remember last Christmas I was hanging out on streams a fair bit, and people were sort of bigging me up. Just the fact that they knew that I didn't have people to hang out with on Christmas time, so that was pretty cool. I should do like a Christmas stream. That'd be awesome. But yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Easter time, we tend to get more time off. I think last Easter I got about 2 weeks off, so that was good. So I generally look forward to that time of the year. Next year, I'm planning to possibly go to a beer festival in New Zealand. I think that's July or August. So I'll probably take a week off for that. And then, yeah, that week when I've got Oasis and Metallica in the same week, I'll probably take that week off. It just feels like the years go so quick now. And yeah, you only get sort of a few weeks off a year. It's like you're just constantly working and getting more fucking tired. And yeah, back when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be an adult and work. And now it's like, fuck, I just want to be a kid again. Being an adult sucks. Yeah, for sure. I try not to let it worry me too much. I mean, the hardest thing is like when you're at work and it's leading up to that time and everyone's talking about what they're going to do. And I'm just like, oh, I just want to like block it out. Because, yeah, it's sort of like, fuck, it's almost like, yeah, sort of jealousy kicks in or like, yeah, you're like, oh, I wish I could do that sort of shit. I feel like there'll be a time when because once my two dogs pass, I just want to have a couple of years where I don't have dogs and I can travel. I can just fuck off at the like whatever you call it, like spur of the moment sort of thing. Um, yeah, and I feel like there'll be one Christmas where I'll just go, fuck it, I'm going to go spend Christmas in another country. Just something like that. Yeah, true, dude. Where it's the other way around for us. Like when you come over here, there'll probably be stouts everywhere. One that I'm going to get for you. You know how I've talked about Boat Rocker's Ramjet, like barrel aged, fucking awesome. Has sort of got a bit of cult status. Boat Rocker do a Christmas one called Fat Santa, and it's fucking unreal, and it's coming out soon. So I'm like, I'm definitely getting an extra bottle or two of that. As soon as I seen it, I just thought of you guys. But yeah, just keep hitting me up when you sort of if you think of stuff. But yeah, like as I said, like I really want to try like an awesome like chocolate peppermint stout. It's something if I can get a good one, I'm really impressed by. But it's just you don't see them very often. Yeah, nah, it doesn't have ginger. It's from what I remember, I can't remember if it's whiskey or bourbon barrel aged. It's I reckon it's cacao nibs, vanilla. Oh, what else is in it? It's just really like really decadent, like that sort of oily body. It might have coconut in it. I know it's changed a couple of years, but it's just one of those beers. Every time I have it, I'm like, fuck yeah. And like just brilliant name and that as well. But yeah, I definitely want to get you some Ramjet as well. You've got to try that because it's as far as Aussie craft goes, when it comes to stouts, that's sort of like, yeah, just a massive cult beer. When it's got its own day dedicated to it, you know it's good. And like, yeah, say like James from Rampant Line had it this year and was like well impressed. Oh, I have it every year, so I sort of know what to expect. Sort of like the equivalent, like the Aussie equivalent of Goose Island, but it's like, yeah, like craft. It's not owned by a big conglomerate. yeah, I probably should rate this beer. I always love the chat though. It's fucking awesome. Like I come home from work, I've had a rough day, and it's like it's good to see the dogs. They sort of put a smile on your face, but yeah, just coming on here and reviewing a beer, and next minute you sort of just get lost in conversation and banter and shit, and it's like fuck. I've like there's an hour gone just like that. Yeah, I have had a few from them. It's one of those things though, like say if you tried it or someone tried it that was into chocolate and mint and said it's like awesome, I'd go, well fucking yeah, get that. But yeah, that Rivington Emperor's one sounds good, dude. And yeah, I really wanna try and get you some decent garage projects because I feel like, yeah, they're a brewery you need to try their sort of elite stuff, even though they're not Aussie, they're Kiwi, but we get all their stuff here. So, because yeah, they're top shelf stuff. I mean, it's the same with some Aussie breweries, but I'll hold it up as high as any of the hyped American shit. Oh yeah, that's the thing though. Like by the time it comes around, the mint might be like really faded. I don't know with mint how it goes, like sitting. It might be worth a try though. Yeah, because I remember when that come out, we talked about it, but we were sort of like, oh, it's probably going to be too, especially chocolate. Yeah, like you'll get a lot of sort of chocolate coffee stouts and that, and when they sit for I don't know any longer than about 6 months, the flavors just pretty much die in the arse. Yeah, that's the thing. Like mint and chocolate's definitely a love hate sort of thing. Like even when it comes to like just genuine chocolatey snacks and that, if I can get anything with mint, it's like my favorite. Like say like a Cadbury block. If there's anything with mint, I'm just like, bring it here, please. Cheers, Twisted. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. You and your other half. I think that was the first time I was on a stream with him the other day. I mean, you were there too, but you're in the background. You're in the background doing wax on, wax off. Yeah, after I was on Simo's with you guys, I sort of got to a stage where I was just like, I can't be fucked drinking anymore. I'm just so like tired and run down. It's like I'll start drinking in the morning just to sort of be able to hang out with my UK, US friends, and then I'm like, well, why am I drinking in the morning? I can't be fucked. So yeah, I always think it's funny though when people get sort of pissed off with me. Oh, come and have a beer. What are you doing? It's ridiculous. It's like, do you get up at fucking 9 a.m. and have a beer? No. Well, shut the fuck up. I just don't understand the time difference and the shit I do to be there for them. But yeah, score for this beer. I'll go over what I thought of it again. So yeah, it's like white bread, slightly biscuity. It's got a little touch of caramel malt, but I feel like the bread's the sort of dominant feature with the malt. As far as the hops go, on the palate, it's more piney and grassy. It's got that woodsy vibe to it as well. On aroma, it was like huge tropical fruit. Like I got pineapple and passion fruit, and I feel like that would have been coming from the Idaho 7 and the Galaxy. But yeah, on flavour, they weren't really there. Like they were, but like very subdued. There was some grapefruit there, some apricot. But yeah, I like the fact that it was quite piney, which I love, especially in a West Coast pale. It goes down a treat. Bitterness was there, but fairly moderate. And it finished pretty dry. There wasn't really much dankness. But yeah, I'd probably, as far as the West Coast pale goes, I'd rate it pretty well. The body was medium. When I first poured it, it was unreal. The big like foamy head on it. You didn't get to see that because it was sitting for like 15 minutes before I did the review. Yeah, I'd probably go like I reckon about a 4.25 out of 5. Working title do West Coast very well. And thankfully, I have an actual West Coast from them in the fridge. Might even be a double West Coast. Because I was thinking about doing that tonight. And I was like, no, I want to do a pale ale on the channel. So, yeah, from working title, so far I think I had a hazy. Oh, no, I had a Marzen. I had a Marzen a few nights ago. And then I had a hazy pale I had off camera, and now I've had this West Coast pale. So in the fridge, I've still got left an oat cream IPA, a West Coast IPA, and there's an Irish stout, like a double Irish stout. So that'll be interesting. So I think I'll probably end up reviewing all three of them on the channel at some stage. I've got Mountain Culture's 5th birthday beers. There's 2 of them. I'm going to review them. I might do one tomorrow. And then other stuff I'm still sort of waiting on. I've got to pick up some deliveries from the post office tomorrow because the fucking postie didn't leave them on my porch on the weekend. Yeah. So 4.25 for this bad boy. KINGPIN. And it was 5%. Love their logo. Simple but effective. Now, what am I up to with the comments? Yeah. Always in the background giving orders, giving people shit. Yeah, 5%, dude. I'm not sure what the West is. I can't remember if it's a single or a double. But yeah, I dare say I'll do those one of the Mountain Cult. I don't know if I'll do one or both of them together. But yeah, I'll do a Mountain Culture tomorrow. Probably similar time to this. And I've got some other beers coming. I've actually got a request from a mate, like a local mate. He wants me to try a beer that we both enjoyed years ago. They've just re-released it. So yeah, that'll be cool. Just sort of revisiting a beer that we both enjoyed, and he'll watch my review and then probably base his purchase on what I say about it. Yeah. But yeah, looking forward to the weekend with this thing I've got on. Should be good. Ooh. Good question. It's sort of tough too because a lot of the modern ones are different. I always feel like when it comes to like old school anyway, I always feel like the the IPAs in particular, they have this big, massive, like sweet, sort of sticky caramel backbone. And I feel like a lot of the pales, they do sometimes have like a subtle version of that, but a lot of times they seem to be more like bready or biscuity. Also the hops too. I feel like the IPA is just to balance with the malt. They smash the hops in there. Sometimes, yeah, like it'll be just so intense that you get those huge like IBUs. As far as modern day goes, though, I feel like a lot of the West Coast pales, they sort of lean more tropical fruit. But yeah, as far as I don't know, it seems to be just more punchy, sort of punchy flavour. I feel like sometimes with pale ales, they'll have that like that punchy aroma, but it doesn't deliver as much on the palate. You like drink them, and then you're like, oh yeah, like I don't know, like it's a lot easier drinking sort of thing, and they tend to be more subdued and like easier for the common folk to sort of drink. But yeah, the sweet spot for me for an IPA would probably be, well, for a West Coast anyway, probably around the like high sevens, maybe early eights. And yeah, like obviously I like them bitter as fuck and yeah, like dank and resinous and that, but you got to be sensible, obviously, at a brewery if you're trying to appeal to so many different people. That's what that's what I do admire with Fox Friday at a Tassie though. They're just like, we don't give a fuck what people think. We're just going to brew Westies how we like them, and you can buy them or not. And everyone's just like, fuck yeah, keep doing them like that. It's nothing like that excites me more when I go to a brewery and there's more West Coasts or more stouts on the board than there are hazies. It's just like, this is a dream. Fuck yeah. But yeah, I find a lot of the modern West Coasts I'm not a huge fan of. They're just, yeah, they just lack that oomph. And like, obviously, there's still a lot of good hazies out there, but I just get palate fatigue from them. They start getting a bit samey for me. But in saying that, I'll have like I'll get some American stuff and I'll get one from like Monkish and just be like, wow. I do have some more American like hype stuff coming from a guy soon, so that should be good. Coming from a guy, my guy, he hooks me up. um, yeah, Piney for president. That's one in particular I might be getting. What else was there? Yeah, some monkish, maybe some Fidens. I possibly some treehouse, but I sort of got to look into the treehouse because there was a lot on there that either didn't really excite me too much or I've had it before. I was hoping he had like some dark treehouse. I've always wanted to try a treehouse stout, but it was all the same old hazy. That's why I wasn't that excited by it. There was a West Coast I was looking at by someone. And I thought that sounds awesome. It was like a triple West Coast. And sometimes triple West Coast can be too sweet and like unbalanced, but this one had really good ratings on Untapped, so I was excited by it. But yeah, I might wrap this up, depart, and go have something to eat, and maybe have another beer off camera. Yeah. Apparently, their lagers and their sours are really good, like really underrated. I've heard quite a few people comment on them saying, like, don't just always go for their IPAs because their other stuff's like definitely worth trying. Like, it's bee's knees. Joe from the Beer Patrol, I reckon he had a Pilsner from them and said it was the best American Pilsner he's ever had. And then someone went to their brewery and was drinking this. Oh, it might have been Eric from Thomas Metal. It was someone like that. They went to their brewery and were trying their sours and were just blown away, like saying how like they're elite level, like world class, but they just don't get the recognition because everyone's talking about the Pliny's and stuff. I asked this guy that's getting the president for me if he could get Blind Pig, but I don't think he's tracked it down. Would have been awesome. Yeah, for sure. I'm out of here. Thanks everyone for chiming in. It's been another enjoyable sesh. And yeah, we'll probably see you around the same time tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Cheers.